Hey guys, what is going on? It is Chris here once again looking ahead to today's games for the 17th of March. As normal, if you guys all did pretty good last night and yeah, won some money as well. As normal, if you guys do go on to like the video, leave a like. I appreciate that quite a bit and also hit that sub button as well. We do NBA Fanduel lineup advice videos almost every single day, so yeah, hit that sub button. Would definitely appreciate that one quite a bit. So anyway, I kind of told you guys yesterday, right? We were starting up that 150 again. And keep in mind, all they have is, as I told you yesterday, the $4 or the 5 cent one. And I don't like playing in the 5 cent one, but I'm not going to play in the $4 one just yet. Probably will here pretty quick. We got to remember that's $600 to $700 a pop right there. So obviously, got to make sure everything's working. So anyway, this is the last 2 days. Like I said, each one I'm only putting in 5 cents, so $7.50 total, maxing it out. And like I said, the winnings is nothing impressive. I get it for sure, but overall, yeah, we're still not doing bad. Like I said, this is maxing out 150. Came in first place, so like I said, if you go put this in the $4, that's an easy $600-700 win right there. So not too bad with that one. $144. Like I said, I only put in $7. Same as this one, or is that the same picture? Different one here. So this was from today. I guess yesterday, as you see, for Tuesday, almost every single one of them cashed, and then, like I said, once again we came in first there, and then this one didn't win as much because it was a very popular line, but came in first again, and this was in the I think the single game slate with the Lakers and the Timberwolves. So yeah, like I said, that is 3 straight days of coming in first place. Like I said, nothing crazy with the winnings, but got to remember, right? You're only putting in 5 cents each, so uh, definitely not too bad. So if you guys want to get in on the 150 lines, would love to have you guys come join us. Like I said, if you go in, max in on the $4 or $5 one, you're going to be winning a ton more money than that one for sure. So if you want to get in on that, would love to have you guys in on that. Like I said, we're feeling it right now. 3 straight takedowns for the 150. As I said, it's nothing too crazy with the winnings, but the fact is 3 straight takedowns in the 150. So if you guys want to get in on that, let me know. All you need to do hit us up on our Twitter. That will be down there in the comment section below. If you guys have no idea how to do the CSV edit into the 150 lineups, we have a video explaining how to do it. So if you guys are interested in doing 150 lineups, but you have no idea how to do it, like I said, we have a video showing you how to CSV edit into FanDuel and stuff like that. So once you get it down, it's very easy, and like I said, a lot better chance of winning with 150 lineups for sure. So definitely hit us up on that one. With that being said, let's go get into it here today. Yeah, pretty big slate today as normal. A lot of value plays and a couple injuries to look at. So we got a 10 gamer. So let's get into it. Toronto and Detroit. In this one here. All right, we're gonna go over here. Where are they at? So yeah, so Siakam is questionable. We got a couple other guys that are questionable. Toronto, most of those guys were able, I think, yesterday to come back to practice. So I'm not sure if they'll play it. I would expect them all to sit out probably one more game to get a little more practice in them. Fred is probably going to be doubtful. Siakam's the only one that you really need to worry about here. But like I said, I mean, they've been out for about 2 weeks, so I would expect them to be out one more. If they are, Lowry and Powell, they're fine options. Not the crazy total here against Detroit, but they are, got to look at it for sure. Same as Chris Boucher. Nothing too crazy, but got to look at him as well because he could pop off at any moment. So those are the three to be looking at there for the Toronto side. Are they must-haves? Yeah, definitely not. DeLon Wright, don't mind him. Usage rate's not good, unfortunately, so you're kind of relying on that defense, but he could be worth a look in a GPP. Besides that, don't have a ton. Plumlee could be worth a look in a one-off, but like I said, all these guys are mostly just one-offs at lower ownership for sure, since their prices kind of caught up to them on that Toronto side. Brooklyn, Indiana. We have a 232 in Brooklyn by 3 in this one. So, like I said, it's a 232. So, obviously, you got to be looking at Brogdon, Levert, and Sabonis. Those are the three guys that are going to get a little bit of uptick. And, extra possessions mean extra fantasy points. And also, don't mind looking at Miles Turner at $6,100. Pretty dang cheap. This guy was up to like 7,500 just last month. So don't mind looking at him, and should get a couple blocks as he's a defensive monster. So don't mind looking at him at all. At 6,100, I think that's pretty dang cheap. Over here on this Brooklyn side, don't have a ton as normal. Can look at Harden and Irving. I think that's the only two you can really look at. And I think that's honestly it. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. So, yeah, look at those 3 or 4 guys at Indiana. If I had to rank them, my favorite plays, probably Turner number 1 because of the upside. Sabonis, probably the safer play, but also another guy that could have pretty good upside. Levert hasn't been too crazy yet, but the fact that he's still $4,400, got to put him in there for sure for a value play. And then Brogdon's probably my least favorite out of the bunch there. Milwaukee and Philly. We have a 236 in Philadelphia. Sorry, Miami. Oh my goodness, Miami, Philadelphia. Milwaukee by 5 in this one. So yeah, that's a really close spread, and I'm kind of surprised by that. 76ers barely beat the Knicks by 3 points. I get Knicks are a little bit better team, but Milwaukee, as we know, they've been struggling a little bit, but they are one of the better teams, and only a 5 spread against Joel Embiid, with Joel Embiid being out. I don't know. If I was betting, I'd probably take Milwaukee in this one. But anyway, you got Ben Simmons at 7'9". Yeah, I don't mind taking a shot with him once again. I played him in a couple last night, and he did pretty good. Wish he was a little bit more aggressive, but, still don't mind looking at him. Drew Holiday, I think he's in a half-decent spot here. Has been shooting the ball quite a bit more, 26 and 22% usage in his last 2. So I think he's worth a look in a couple one-offs, $5,900. Who else we got? Nothing else too crazy. Middleton and Giannis could be worth a couple looks. Tobias Harris has been playing pretty good, and I'm not sure if you guys saw, but yesterday when he was playing, I think he said something like "I am an all-star" or something like that. While I think he got fouled or made a shot. So anyway, this guy's pissed off that he didn't make the All-Star team. So he's going out there and absolutely killing it right now, taking 18 or 20 shots in his last 2. So yeah, like I said, a pissed off Tobias Harris could be in a pretty good spot to play him. So yeah, why not play him? Like I said, he's not too happy about missing out on the All-Star team. So yeah, little things like that. That's when you want to pick up on a player because he's playing out of his mind. All right, so yeah, like I said, Giannis, maybe a little bit of Simmons, Holiday, maybe I guess maybe not really a must-have. Then, like I said, if you want to hit that narrative with Tobias getting ticked off, have at that one as well. Sacramento, Washington, 245, and Washington by 3. So an absolute high-scoring craziness right here. I mean, like I said, most of these dudes are in play, right? Westbrook, Beal, got to be looking at Fox. Those are the 3 big boys. Another guy that's been playing half decent is Ryo Hachimura. This guy coming out of nowhere, taking 18 and 18 shots, kind of crazy. 2 games against Milwaukee. As normal, he is GPP. I know he's been pretty good, and people are going to chase that. But before those 2 18 shot attempts, he really didn't do anything, right? He shot 16 here, but overall, not a high volume usage guy here. So keep an eye on that. But like I said, massive total. So he might be on one right now, so you got to put him in there. Bagley's going to be out for a little bit, so Bjelica should get the start. If he does, got to look at him. And Whiteside could come back, but I don't think he's going to play a ton. But, man, Rashawn Holmes, this dude has been on one. And I don't think a lot of people playing him. At 6'9", definitely I'd like to play him over Turner if you have the little bit extra money. I mean, this guy's just absolutely killing it, playing massive minutes and looking pretty dang good. So, Rashawn Holmes in a very solid spot. So, obviously got to stack that one. Boston, Cleveland, as normal, Kemba Walker is a rest candidate here. So, keep an eye on that one. Overall, really don't have a ton in this one. If Daniel Theis does start again, I do like playing him. I played him in a couple of my 150s, and just because usually every time he starts, he does pretty good, right? Start, good. badish one there against the Clippers. Start, but only played 7. Start had 35, and start had 37. So almost every time, like I said, when this guy starts, Daniel Theis is a pretty good spot. So at 4-4, yeah, I'll probably take a couple jabs at him for sure. And that's it. Like I said, I told you guys about Robert Williams, and he did pretty good with 30. I guess just right above 5 times. So, like I said, wild card play doesn't play a ton of minutes, and like I said, I think there's enough guys out there. You don't need them. You got Turner and Holmes kind of in that price range. San Antonio, Chicago, no total, probably around 226, 227. Um, looks like let me go look, make sure. I think DeRozan's going to be out again. Personal, he has a death in the family, unfortunately. But yeah, looks like he's going to be out once again. And San Antonio really doesn't have anyone that's been stepping up. DeJounte, that's the guy that you're probably going to be looking at. Derek White, as normal, he's that wild card play. Boomer bust. The only thing I don't like about him is his minutes are only sitting around 24, 25. So that's the bad thing with him. So kind of limits his upside. But Murray's the main guy I'm looking at. Keldon and Gage just haven't been doing anything. I guess you can look up a portal, but that's really it, man. On that San Antonio side, Chicago, I had him also in a couple of my 150s. Thaddeus Young, not playing a ton of minutes, but usually very productive in what he's given. Marketing, got to look at him. Both those two guys are playable. Zach LaVine, I did not have him. Man, this guy went off for sure. Had 49.8. But overall, not too interested in that one. Marketing, and maybe little Thaddeus and DeJounte Murray. Those are the main guys to be looking at there. Golden State, Houston. Man, Houston, they got a problem, right? What, 16, 17 in a row they've lost? Um, Pretty dang bad, obviously. So, as I've told you guys the last couple of days, Houston, even when they are getting blown out, most of their starters are going to be playing most of the fourth quarter, so that's good. And they really don't have anyone, right? So Oladipo's not going to play. John Wall's going to be out once again. Eric Gordon's out. So they have a ton of issues right now, for sure. So, I mean, Sterling Brown could be worth a look. Kevin Porter, Martin, both those guys could be chalky. Once again, got to look at those guys. Christian Wood, I think, is going to play here, but I don't think he's going to play a ton of minutes. Dude has been out for like a month and a half, and just don't think they need to push him here, right? This team is trash, so no reason to push this guy. I do like Tate. I think it hurts him a little bit with Wood coming back. Um, Especially if he comes off the bench, we'll have to see here. But Tate's been on one as well, so don't mind him in a wild card, but hurts him a little bit if Wood comes back. But yeah, I gotta stack that Houston side. Golden State. I mean, like I said, they're in a good spot here. Should score a ton of points, but most of their guys are probably going to rest in that fourth quarter. So, I mean, you can look at Green and Curry, but I just don't really need them too much in this one. All right, moving on to Miami and Memphis. And man, has Jimmy Butler been on one? This dude is $10,800. Taking on Memphis. I'm not too much of a fan of this game, but like I said, I mean, I guess you got to look at Jimmy. Dude is absolutely killing it. Another guy that got snuffed from the All-Star team, which I totally disagree with. The dude was absolutely killing it. I think he should have made it. But he obviously didn't, and yeah, that's what they got going on. So, as you see there, most of these teams are trash. Orlando, Chicago, Orlando, and Cleveland. So, Memphis is half decent, nothing too crazy. So, you can look at Jimmy, but at 10-8, that's pretty dang expensive. But he's been on one put. I don't think I'll be having too much of him. But if you're doing, GPP, look at him for sure. Bam finally came back, played 30 minutes, only had 37. Kelly Olynyk, man, I guess he's on one, right? I thought he would definitely be affected with Bam being back, but I guess not. Looked pretty good as well. So Miami, like I said, those guys are GPPs, but 221, I'm not too into it. With all those other games being out there. Charlotte, Denver, we have a 231 in Denver by 6. Let me see. Will Barton, I think, is really good value spot right here, right? 14, 17, 16 shots, looking pretty dang good, putting up a ton of minutes as well. Will Barton, got to put him in there at only 5.5. Besides that, really don't have a ton in this game. You can look at Nikola Jokic as well. He should put up, as normal, pretty good numbers, but pretty dang expensive as well. Moving on to our last one, Clippers and Dallas, 227 and the Clippers by 2. So these guys just played a couple days ago, and the Clippers did beat them 109 to 99. Luka Doncic had 16 assists in this one, so he looked pretty good. Shot wise, wasn't too great, 9 for 23, but still had a 60 bomb. At 10-2, yeah, I mean, you can take a shot at him. 10,200. Not the greatest matchup, but 10-2 is not too bad for Luka. Kawhi's worth the look. If Ibaka is out again, Morris should be in a pretty good spot. Morris is going to start no matter what. That's what they said. So, he's taking Batum's spot. So, at Morris at 3.7, I mean, I don't mind that one at all. Especially if Ibaka's out, that gives you an extra plus. And like I said, if Ibaka is out, Zubac, I think, will still be at low ownership. And another guy that makes up a pretty good spot here in Zubat, right? He got this spot start as well. So if Ibaka comes back, not feeling Zubat, but obviously if he's out, Zubat in a pretty good spot here. So that's what we got going on there. Let's go look at, kind of go build you guys a lineup here. So for sure, got to be looking at Westbrook in a pretty dang spot, pretty good spot. If you can afford Fox, yeah, have at it for sure. Moving down here, nothing too crazy. Don't mind Sterling Brown. Sadaransky, it looks like he's going to start again, so I think he's in a pretty dang good spot as well. As long as he's starting, I'm going to play him. So, got to look at Sadaransky. Moving over here to the shooting guards, you got Beal. Like I said, Beal, he's not a must-have, but he's pretty dang close at 9.5. I mean, he is a must-have, but it's going to be hard to get him in there for sure. So we'll see what we can do. We'll put him in there. I mean, as you can see, there's not a ton of these guys that are really worth anything. We're just going to go Porter and Martin once again. I think you can go that way. He's at 5K, doesn't have crazy upside with his usage is not that great. Martin is not. You could go Rio Hachimura, to get away from the ownership. I don't mind that play. So either one of those guys work, but obviously Martin's going to have a ton more ownership. All right, let's go see what we got. We got 6-2 here. Gotta go look at Levert, I think. Power forward. 6-8. Like I said, we got Marketing, Tate, Thaddeus Young, Biolinsa, Daniel Thias. Those two guys are in pretty good spots. Like I said, hopefully Biolinsa starts because then he's in a very solid spot. Marcus Morris as well at $3,700. Should be starting with or without Ibaka. So Morris, really good spot at $3,700. And as I mentioned, centers, Rashawn Holmes, probably my favorite on the slate. Miles Turner, second favorite. Zubac, like him quite a bit as a value play if Ibaka is out at 4,500. So those are probably the three that I would be looking at there. So overall, once again, should be a massive high-scoring games out there. Couple injuries to look at, but that's mostly it. So as normal, if you guys like the video, leave a like. I do appreciate that quite a bit, and hit that sub button as well. Like I said, we are doing our 150 lineups. That is what is doing pretty good right now. If you guys want to get in on that, check out our Twitter. Hit us up there, and we'll get you guys all set up. Like I said, if you guys don't know how to do the 150 lineups, just message us. We have a video explaining how to do it. But once you figure out how to do it, it is very, very easy. Just max enter 150 lineups, and like I said, have a lot better chance of winning. It seems a little cheesy, but like I said, if you win the money, then, it's not really, not too big of a deal, right? Anyway, you can win the money. is not too bad. So, like I said, this was just me putting in 5 cents each, not putting in a ton of money, but coming in first in 3 straight of my 150s that I entered. So why not come join us? Like I said, would love to have you for sure. So, all right, guys, once again, that is it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys here a little bit later on.